Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be talking about something pretty exciting. We're heading down to the Mexican jungle for this one to explore a brand new discovery in archaeology, a lost Mayan city. That's right, a lost Mayan city named Valeriana. Now, what's really fascinating about Valeriana isn't just the size, but it's what it might tell us about early Mayan development. The discovery is hinting that this area was actually a thriving hub much earlier than experts had previously thought. And we'll be getting all of our information today from an article in El Economista, published just a few days ago on October 31st, 2024. So you're hearing it here first, folks.
Yeah, you'll be some of the first to hear about this. It's a pretty remarkable find.
And how did researchers find this lost city? Well, they were able to uncover it using LiDAR, which, if you're not familiar, is a technology that has really revolutionized archaeology. What it does is it allows us to create these detailed 3D maps of areas hidden beneath dense vegetation. And that's exactly how they found Valeriana.
Exactly. And you know what they found? They found a sprawling urban center covering, get this, 16.6 square kilometers. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than some modern cities.
Wow, that's incredible. And the article says that Valeriana was likely occupied during the Mayan Classic period, between 250 and 900 AD.
Right, but what's really interesting is they found a Grupo E architectural complex.
Okay.
Now, this type of architecture is usually associated with very early Mayan settlements, potentially even predating 150 AD. So this discovery is really pushing back the timeline of urban development, suggesting that the Mayan civilization was flourishing in this area much earlier than we thought.
So this wasn't just some tiny village. We're talking about a major urban center.
Exactly. And it wasn't just a bunch of random buildings either. Valeriana had a very sophisticated layout with two main nuclei, each with these monumental structures, like plazas and pyramids. They even had a ball court. And these two nuclei were connected by a large causeway, which most likely facilitated movement and trade within the city.
It sounds like a highly organized society, a complex society.
Absolutely. And what's even more fascinating is that Valeriana's urban density rivals that of some of the most famous Mayan cities, like Calakmul, Oxpimal, and Bacan. This density suggests a significant population, likely in the thousands, making Valeriana a true metropolis of its time.
So Valeriana wasn't an isolated city then. The article mentions that its architectural style links it to another site nearby called Shaktun Tamchen.
Oh yeah, and that connection is suggesting potential cultural links or some shared influences between the two cities, you know? It's like finding two pieces of a puzzle that fit together, and it's offering us this glimpse into the complex tapestry of the Mayan world.
I like that analogy, finding two pieces of a puzzle that fit together. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and this discovery is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LiDAR survey that uncovered Valeriana. Well, it also identified a couple of other interesting areas nearby. One of them is near Expujil, and it features this really distinct architecture, characteristic of the Rio Bec style. You know, the towers and facades.
Those ornate towers and intricate facades.
Exactly. And get this. This site also has a cave system near an architectural complex, which could suggest maybe some ritualistic practices, or even a connection to the Mayan underworld.
Oh, wow. So we might be looking at evidence of these different beliefs and practices
Yeah.
within the Mayan civilization.
Exactly. And then the second area, identified by the LiDAR survey, presents a totally different settlement pattern.
Right.
So instead of this really dense urban center like Valeriana, it seems to have been a more dispersed settlement with houses scattered across the landscape.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the researchers, they found these annular structures there, which are basically circular arrangements of stones. And these are believed to have been used for lime production.
Wine production.
Yep, crucial for Mayan construction and agriculture.
So it's amazing how these different settlement patterns really highlight the diversity and the adaptability of Mayan communities. You know, some thrived in these urban centers, like Valeriana, while others adapted to different environments, and they focused on more specialized activities, like lime production.
Exactly. And all of these discoveries in Campeche, they really kind of reinforce this idea that this region was much more densely populated and urbanized than we ever thought.
Much more than we ever thought.
We're not just talking about isolated pockets of civilization here, but a vast network of these interconnected communities, each with its own unique character, and they all contributed to the broader tapestry of Mayan culture.
It's just incredible to think that all of this came from a laser scan of the jungle.
I know, it's amazing.
And it's also new. This El Economista article that we're looking at, it's from just a few days ago, October 31st, 2024.
It is. And it's exciting to think that we're really among the first to learn about Valeriana. But this is just the beginning. There's still so much more to uncover.
Oh, I bet.
The next step for researchers is going to be to conduct these more detailed ground surveys and excavations to confirm all this LiDAR data and document these structures much more thoroughly.
It's really exciting to think about what they might find as they dig deeper.
Oh, absolutely. The potential for uncovering artifacts that can shed light on the lives of the people who lived in Valeriana is just immense.
Yeah.
Even just like mundane objects, like pottery shards or tools, can offer these valuable insights into their daily life, their social structures, and their trade networks.
It's really like piecing together a puzzle, isn't it? One artifact at a time. So if we know anything about the research team behind this incredible discovery.
The article mentions there's a collaborative effort involving researchers from the Instituto Nacional de Antropología y Historia, they call it INAH, and a few universities in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Including Tulane University, Northern Arizona University, and the University of Houston.
So a truly international effort.
It is. It's great.
Bringing together all this expertise from different parts of the world.
And that kind of international collaboration is becoming more and more common in archaeology. It really allows researchers to pool their resources and knowledge to really tackle these complex projects.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? I mean, there are probably so many more sites, just like Valeriana, hidden beneath the jungle, waiting to be discovered.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. The Mayan civilization was vast and complex, and we're really just beginning to scratch the surface here. With technologies like LiDAR, constantly evolving and becoming more sophisticated, I think we're on the verge of a new era of archaeological discovery.
It's mind-blowing. It really makes you wonder, what will future civilizations make of our world? What traces will we leave behind for them to uncover? What will be the Valeriana of our time?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe they'll marvel at our technology, or maybe they'll be puzzled by our social complexities.
It's a humbling thought, but for now, let's stick with the wonder of Valeriana and what it shows us about the ingenuity and complexity of the Mayan civilization.
I agree. It's a powerful reminder that the past is never truly lost. It's just waiting to be rediscovered and reinterpreted.
You know what I find really striking about this whole discovery? It's how Valeriana is making us rethink the achievements of the ancient Maya.
I know, right?
We often think about those impressive temples and pyramids, but this discovery, it's like highlighting their urban planning too. Their sophisticated urban planning.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, think about it. Creating this thriving urban center in the middle of the jungle. That says a lot about their knowledge and their ingenuity.
Absolutely. It wasn't just about building those iconic structures. They had to manage resources, design infrastructure, create a whole functioning society that could support thousands of people.
You mentioned a reservoir earlier and a causeway. What else can you tell us about their infrastructure?
The reservoir is a great example of their understanding of water management. In a region that could experience these periods of drought, storing water would have been essential for their survival. And the causeway. Connecting those two main nuclei of the city, it would have made it so much easier to get around, to transport goods and information.
So they weren't just surviving, they were thriving.
Exactly. And don't forget about that lime production we were talking about earlier from that dispersed settlement.
Right.
Lime was such an important material for the Maya, they used it in construction, agriculture, even the rituals.
It's fascinating how these different discoveries kind of come together to paint this much richer picture of the Maya civilization.
Yeah, like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Each new discovery adds another piece.
And this discovery, it really emphasizes how much we still have to learn about the past.
Oh, absolutely, Valeriana. And the other sites revealed by the LiDAR, they're just a glimpse of what might be hidden out there.
It's exciting and humbling to think about all the secrets still waiting to be uncovered.
It really is.
This deep dive has been a real journey of discovery for me. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us. On this exploration of Valeriana, this newly discovered Mayan city, we encourage you to check out the full article and all of the images in El Economista from October 31st, 2024. Until next time, keep exploring and keep asking questions.